Carnival festivities arrive each year. Cities all over the world burst into a display of colors so intense that it feels like a dream. The celebrations, however, are very genuine, taking place everywhere where parades may cause traffic to stop for a day or two. So, to help you plan your trip, we've broken down the top 10 places to celebrate the best carnival worldwide, along with everything you need to know to participate or simply enjoy them from afar. But before that, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Let's get into it. Starting off the list at number 10 is Binche, Belgium. Even UNESCO, which recently designated carnival festivities as global heritage sites, believes that the Carnival of Binche, Belgium, is an odd outlier in a country that likes to party. During the street parades, performers known as gilles wear ornate feathered hats, and revelers alternate between traditional displays and surprising traditions such as throwing oranges for good luck. Gilles are clown-like entertainers that dance throughout the city from early morning till late night, clothed in elaborate costumes, wax masks, and plumed hats. But because Carnival is a sacred institution for the inhabitants, tourists are not permitted to purchase the Gilles costume, which may only be leased to legitimate participants. Come dressed simply as a spectator, and you'll have fun seeing the unique costumes and consuming delicious cuisine. Next at number 9 is Venice, Italy. Carnival is one of Italy's most meaningful events, but no city does it larger or better than Venice. If you've ever wanted to dress up like a Phantom of the Opera character, now's your chance. It begins 2 Saturdays before Ash Wednesday and concludes on Fat Tuesday. If you come during this period, you will almost certainly encounter at least a few residents and visitors wearing Venetian masks, which are the principal component of this widely awaited yearly event. While certain activities, such as the extravagant masquerade balls, need invitations and have prohibitive ticket fees, many others, such as the lighted procession of boats, concerts, and street plays, are free and available to the public. Here, it is less about street shenanigans and more about private galas and balls, where you're expected to come in an over-the-top costume or mask. Face masks originated in ancient Greek and Roman festivals and are one of the most famous costume elements, including the botta, a classic white mask with a square jawline and no mouth. They initially aimed to mask lower-class persons so everyone could participate in festivities and gatherings. Next in line at number 8 is the Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidadians spend the whole year preparing to wow each other and hundreds of thousands of onlookers during the Caribbean's largest carnival, when custom-made bathing suit-style costumes, steel drums, native street cuisine, and street dance equal an assault on the senses. Indeed, they rival Rio de Janeiro in terms of carnival enthusiasm. Calypso and soca music, propelled by the pounding of steel pans, serve as the soundtrack for the Caribbean's largest carnival. Here, you'll observe and participate in the costume-wearing residents who dance around the capital city's streets, combining slave festivities with Catholic customs. While here, you may also enjoy flavors and delicacies unique to the Western Hemisphere. Though roti is the country's most recognizable meal, you'll discover a broad assortment of cultures and cuisines that blend South Asian and Caribbean dishes at roti stalls and cafes across its capital, Port of Spain. Coming in at number 7 is Montevideo, Uruguay. Uruguayans have the world's longest carnival celebration, which lasts more than 40 days and is most colorful in the country's capital, Montevideo. The carnival celebrates both its Spanish and African traditions. If you wake up in the picturesque city of Montevideo in late January or February, you're likely to hear throbbing drum beats. Step outdoors, and you'll find ladies dressed in colorful, extravagant costumes dancing to the beat. Murgas, or street shows, ridicule the upper class with political satire, eliciting roars of amusement from the public, while slave descendants join drum clubs to compete in parades. If you can't make it here during the actual carnival season, you can still taste it at the Museo del Carnaval in Old Town, which has traditional costumes, tableaux, and floats on exhibit Tuesday through Thursday all year. Next at number 6 is Quebec, Uruguay City, Canada. If the sizzling heat isn't your style, you may experience a chilly take on Carnival by attending the historic Carnival in Quebec City, which started as a pre-Lenten custom in France. This carnival, which takes place around the same time as most other carnivals, usually in early February, is mainly about winter sports. A winter entertainment park packed with ice sculptures and offering sled rides, dog sled contests, snow rafting, skiing, and various outdoor performances are among the most popular attractions. Book a hotel at Hotel de Glace, which radiates freezing cold elegance, for the ultimate chilly carnival experience. All the furniture is made of ice and snow, only 10 minutes from downtown. You'll sleep in a warm thermal sleeping bag on top of a regular mattress with a hardwood platform, but the actual bed is constructed of ice blocks. Let's continue with number 5, Mazatlan, Mexico. Although Dia de los Muertos is Mexico's most famous yearly fiesta, the country should also be recognized for its other carnival festivals. Its biggest celebration, which takes place along Mazatlan's Malecon, has enough impressive fireworks displays and live music to delight families and the noisy party crowd. Fireworks, parades, and live music are part of the festivities. At the same time, street revelers shatter confetti-filled hollow eggs over one another, a throwback to some of the wilder days from over a century ago when dock workers traded missiles laden with flour and occasionally even stones. If you are not going to participate in one of the costumed bands during the Mazatlan Carnival, dress casually, wear comfortable shoes, and wear non-valuable costume jewelry such as sparkly necklaces and bracelets. It's also a good idea to pack a jacket because it can become chilly at night. Next at number 4 is Santa Cruz de Tenerife, Canary Islands, Spain. Looking for a week-long celebration? Visit Santa Cruz de Tenerife, where the streets are filled with lavishly plumed costumes and masked revelers for 9 days straight during Carnival. The Canary Islands are the only authentic European location with good winter weather, so travel to Santa Cruz de Tenerife for lots of sunlight and spectacular festivals. Carnival in the islands has survived prohibitions from several dictators and church reservations, and it is now known as the Winter Festival. One of the biggest activities is the yearly selection of the Carnival Queen, in which candidates parade around a platform in the most gorgeous and heavy costumes to obtain the crown. Everyone is invited to dress up and participate. Coming in at number 3 on the list is Basel, Switzerland. Despite the stereotype that Swiss people aren't particularly outgoing, Basel's Carnival is one of Europe's rowdiest parties. A procession of over 20,000 people, all dressed up following the annual theme, makes its way through the streets. But the real fun comes when everyone breaks into smaller groups and goes on their own bar crawls across the city, where they sing, perform out skits, and drink for hours. People march in rhythm behind masked musicians as they parade through the historic district streets, playing pipes and drums. Confetti, wooden and canvas lanterns with elaborate paintings and marching bands are just some of the highlights of the yearly procession. It is also against the custom for guests to wear jester hats, fake noses, or paint their faces. Next at number 2 on the list is New Orleans, Louisiana. Thousands of tourists go to New Orleans yearly for Mardi Gras, dubbed the greatest free party on the planet. Mardi Gras is America's most extraordinary street celebration, but New Orleans crews celebrate with parades all year, especially in the weeks leading up to the annual festival. The parades take place on several streets across New Orleans, and it's crucial to know which pathways are for strolling and which are simply for the floats to pass by. To commemorate the naughtiest time of year, the entire city loosens its bounds and douses itself with endless strings of beads, colorful floats, and costumes. For 2 weeks before Mardi Gras, floats of various sizes march through the streets in magnificent parades. And now, the number 1 on the list is Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Finally, but certainly not least, Carnival in Rio de Janeiro is the largest in the world and one of the most important festivals in Brazilian culture. It is one of the most popular things to do in Brazil. It takes place 40 days before Easter, in late February or early March, attracting an estimated 2 million people to its streets to see performances by roughly 200 samba schools and 300 local bands. Visitors may even march in costume with one of the samba schools. However, this may incur a fee depending on the organization. While the yearly samba parade is the most well-known aspect of Carnival, the real fun begins on the streets. The free street parties known as blocos are hosted across Rio and are all about free-spirited partying. All revolve around a band that either marches around the streets or remains in a fixed spot. They can draw anything from a few hundred to a million people. Some are linked with a local restaurant or pub, while others are associated with a celebrity or a neighborhood. Many blocos have a long history based on traditional samba, but in recent years, they have been inspired by more modern melodies.